Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to talk tools. Let's talk about some of the most basic tools that you're going to need to take any classroom whatsoever, from a traditional classroom all the way up to a full online digital classroom and everything in between. So with that, let's start with number one, and that's probably going to be screencasting. Now, what is a screencast? It's nothing more than what the word implies. It takes your screen, whatever's on it, and it records it. So a lot of times they're called screen recorders. The idea of a screencast or a screen recorder is simply to take whatever's on the screen and put it into a digital format. Then you can do with that digital format whatever you wish. The most common thing is to put them either up on a Google Drive, up on YouTube, one of those two places, or sometimes Vimeo, or even on a school server. But the idea here is some place that the students can access each of those different resources once you have recorded them. But in all cases, they're great tools that everyone can learn in just a few minutes. In fact, they're so easy to learn, I use them in my classroom with my students on their Chromebooks because the students can load the screencasting program, can record what they're doing either using their camera or what's on their screen, and they can present to me or their peers what they're doing. That's the kind of power that digital can give, not just you as a teacher, but your students as well. So that's why when we start talking about screencasting or we talk about screen recording, it's such a powerful tool. Now, let's talk about 4 things that every teacher ought to be able to do with a screen recorder. The first of those is to introduce themselves. So, nothing more than the following would be necessary with your screencaster for you to really have that first skill in screencasting already covered. So let's give it a try. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, so let's go ahead and practice our very first skill, and that is just an introductory screencasting. Now, I'm actually using one program to show you another, but it'll work out in the end. So here we go. Let's go ahead with a program called Screencast-O-Matic. Screencast-O-Matic is a very easy and inexpensive screencasting process, and it is actually free as long as you stay under 15 minutes and don't want too many features. But we'll talk about that here very shortly. So you simply go to Screencast-O-Matic, say, I want to start recording for free. Now, in this case, I'm going to launch the free recorder. You'll also notice that at this point, it brings up this dotted box. And so I can set that dotted box to record whatever part of this screen that I wanted. So if I don't want to see my toolbar, I can just move it up. If I only want to see this main part of the screen, there it is. Now, I can do just the screen, whatever's on the screen, that's what will show up in the screencast. What we're kind of looking at is the webcam. Now, this webcam is going to have a small issue. It would normally bring up a preview here, but since I'm already using it to screencast for you using a different process, it doesn't come up. But I'll cut this in here in a few minutes. You can set the size on how high resolution or low resolution you want, depending on what you want. You can also set whatever microphone you want. So for example, do you want to use the microphone that's in your webcam? Do you want to use the microphone that's in your document camera? Do you want to use a microphone that might be in your earbuds, like these guys right here? So if you're using a Chromebook or a laptop, or you're doing something with kids in class, these are essential, guys. Or if I want to use something a little bit fancier, like my actual microphone that I have here. So all of that can be set from here. Do you care 98% of the time? No. All you really care is set the screen where you want it, decide, do I want to do screen, webcam, or both, which is what I'm doing, where you see the screen, but you also see down here the webcam that I'm using. Okay, so that is also an option. And make sure that you're using whatever audio. It says computer audio, great. You can clearly see that it's recording my voice. Additionally, there's a whole bunch of other preferences, but who cares? Let's go ahead and let's get recording. At this point, you would simply hit record. So That's how we're going to get started. Let's show you the results of just being able to screencast a very simple intro. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Mr. Moore. I'm the high school math teacher at Warrensburg Latham High School, and I just wanted to take just a minute to introduce myself. Things like my name, Mr. Moore. What I teach, I'm primarily going to be teaching Algebra 2 and Geometry. But hey, I can do all sorts of things. What else do you need to know about me? Well, I'm down in a room right across from Ms. Waddleworth and right next to Mr. Heidel. So that's where you can find me. And I'm really excited to be here this year. Now, you're going to be in one of my classes, and I just wanted to take a second to introduce myself. Okay, so I went ahead and I did a very quick recording of my actual introduction. And now, this is what it gives me an option to do. First things first, I can rename it. So this is my Screencast introduction. There it is. So it's easy enough just simply to relabel it with the correct title. And then I choose what to do with it. Now, I'm going to save it as a file because I'm going to put this into that training that we're already doing. But a lot of times I go straight to YouTube because I have my own YouTube channel. You say, whoa, it's not a big deal, guys. If you have a Google Drive account, you already have a YouTube channel. All you have to do is activate it, and then it allows you to store all of this stuff on YouTube, which means you don't have to worry about how much space is on your laptop, Chromebook, computer, etc. Students can do the exact same thing. Additionally, Screencast-O-Matic actually allows you to upload it to their servers in the cloud. Now, for the free accounts, it's a fairly small amount, but as you increase the package that you have, you get more space, more bandwidth, etc. And don't get crazy. It's literally $2 a month for the deluxe Screencast-O-Matic package or $4 a month for Premier. So not a big cost, but you can also just use the free for exactly what we're doing or most everything that you're going to do in class. So for me, I'm going to save as a video file. There we go. And the file name, Screencast Introduction. There we go. Where do I want to put it? As always, just like every other file in our file system history, 1 terabyte hard drive. No, thank you very much. 1 terabyte NVMe, 2020 training. There you go. So I tell it where to go. Open captions. Now, in this case, you can add automatic captioning, open the caption, but we're not going to mess with that now. What kind of quality? Well, let's go high quality because theoretically this introduction is something I'm going to give to each of my classes. I'm going to email it out to parents ahead of the school year and students ahead of the school year so they know exactly who to come see and whose class they're going to be walking into, especially like me, if you're the new guy. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and publish this. And that's it. It's downloading to the computer. You can say continue in background and it'll just put it where it needs to go and you don't need to worry about it. That's what makes screencasting such an easy thing to add to your toolbox. Is it's nothing more than either a free or very inexpensive programming, depending on what features you want. And it's a very simple process. You simply talk to the camera, introduce yourself just like you would introduce yourself to your kids. Hi, my name is, this is what I do, this is what we'll be doing together. Can't wait to meet you. Great, have a nice day. That's already skill 1. So let's move on from there. And look, we're already done. So you can play it, browse folder, copy path, etc. Now, I will catch you in the next component. So, with that, you've already achieved objective number 1.